Standing in front of the first building of University Covenant Church that we occupied from 1968 to 2004. I'm standing inside the sanctuary, and I'm standing right in the place where I used to preach. But on Sunday mornings, we had the choir loft up here. In the contemporary service, we didn't use the choir loft for the choir, but we used it when people would come in late. They'd have to kind of walk down the side aisle and sit up in the choir loft. It was kind of the area of shame.
I remember when I was a college student in those days, I came to the 9:30 service when it was overcrowded, and the usher led me right up here, right behind Jamie, and said, "You can sit here." So there's this whole choir loft of late college students, and we had to sit right like this while our friends made faces at us, and we hoped Jamie didn't look at us. I was standing right here when the ushers had to tell people they just can't come in.
Yeah. It really was part of the impetus to think about what can we do here, or do we have to move? It was about 8 years ago when we were about to move from Anderson to Mace, and Bill and Ada Pruitt came up to me. They walked me right to this spot, and they had me look at this tree, and they said, "Pastor Jamie, you know, when we first moved here and we started the church, which is now about 45 years ago, they said, we planted this tree when it was about this big. And now look at it. Our family has grown up here. We've grown up here. We would love to stay here, but if you and the other elders feel that it's in the best interest for the gospel to move, then we are with you 100%. I only worshiped here for about 4.5 years, but I think of people like Dick and Barb Lindholz and Bill and Ada Pruitt and others who worshiped in this place for 35 years. There was only about 10 families that bought this 2.5 acres and took an incredible financial risk, really obeying the calling of God. And 45 years later, we are a part of that foundation that they built. And I hope we can remain as faithful as they were. I'm standing on pretty much the exact place I stood about 9 years ago, where we gathered as we had just purchased this land to pray and to consecrate and ask God to bless us as we move from 2.5 acres to 11 acres. And to move here was a financial step of faith, and I'm glad we did it. The land I'm standing on right now is pretty much the same as it was 9 years ago, but behind me, as you well know, we were able to build this beautiful facility and expand our ministries to our church community, this community, and really around the world. To do this, we've had to take on a mortgage of several $million, which we'll be paying off for several years to come, although in the last 8 years we've made great progress. But every time that we make a mortgage payment, we're saying to the community that we are here for you, because we just don't want to have to turn people away ever again. This January will mark the 14th year that I've been senior pastor here. And it's been an amazing journey, although certainly it has had some challenges. The most recent challenge has been with our finances. And we have worked hard in these past 2 years to cut the budget where we can, reduce spending, and even put a freeze on our current ministry budget. This has been particularly difficult because I think it's always been in the church's DNA to move forward, to make the most of every opportunity, to continue to reach out. So this appeal this morning is really a rallying cry for you and for me as participants in the mission and ministry of University Covenant Church. Every dollar that we give is invested into people, whether we can see it directly or indirectly. It really is about helping people come to know Jesus and being strengthened in that journey. So I call us to give according to 2 Corinthians, where the Apostle Paul says that we should give what we've decided in our heart to give. Not reluctantly, not under compulsion, not because we have to, but because we want to. Because God loves a cheerful giver. So let's give. Let's give generously. Let's give purposefully because we've decided. But let's give and see what God can do, can continue to do in and through us this year. Let's do it.